Welcome to day 2 of the Clever Hound Novice Sparks team class. Today we're going to be teaching the dogs to touch your hand with their nose. This is actually a pretty useful life skill because a dog that will follow your hand is one that you can often turn away from distractions or use to line up in heel position or things like that when you're out in the world. So this is one of my favorite tricks to teach. And initially, I'm going to start with Chili elevated a little bit on her platform just because she's kind of a shorter dog. But you can either get down on the ground with a small dog or bring them up to your level, or you can just lean down. But sometimes dogs are a little bit less inhibited if you don't have to lean over them quite so much. So initially, again, we can start this with a lure. So I'm going to place a treat in my hand and just hold it in front of Chili. And as soon as I feel the cold, wet nose in my hand, which is going to happen usually pretty quickly because most dogs will investigate, I'm going to click and release the treat to her. So I'm just going to do 1 or 2 with the lure. And then because she's got the idea of follow my hand usually anyway, this is when you can usually wean off of the lure really quickly. So I'm going to try one without the lure. And she pretty quickly caught on there. And then I do want to reward from the hand that she touched. You can even sometimes just be ready to drop the treat into that hand. So I'm going to drop into the hand that she touched. You do want to teach this with both hands, so we'll practice a couple on the left side as well. And you can pretty quickly use this to get your dog to jump up a little bit or to lean down a little bit and just to really steer them around. So it's a pretty nice trick, and it lends itself to some of the other tricks that we'll be teaching later on. To add your verbal cue, just like we did for the spin, you want to add the verbal just before presenting the hand. So I'm going to call this touch. So we're going to say touch, then hold out the hand, and then click, and then treat. So it's touch, hand, click, treat. So it's essentially a 4-step process. And the more you can get these mechanics learned early on with these easier tricks, the easier it'll be when you get to the higher levels and the tricks become a little more complex. So go ahead, play with your hand touches, show me your videos, and I'll be waiting to see them. Wait.